Hi YouTube, my name is Heather and I love anti-MLM content here on YouTube. Today I'm really excited to listen to another MLM training from Frazer Brookes, who's going to tell us about when to mention your MLM company name while trying to recruit. So, as always, I'd love to hear what you think below, and let's get started.
All right, so Leanne Unsworth has asked an absolute belter of a question, which is when is it okay to mention your company name versus like attraction marketing? I absolutely love this because it's fundamental, and I do cover a lot about this inside my book. I dare you. This is basically the ultimate guide to recruiting basically people into your network marketing business using social media. So go ahead and check that out. So here's the thing. Attraction marketing is awesome. Action marketing is better because action marketing you're in control of. So you going out there and speaking to people. Attraction marketing is you just spending 5 to 10 minutes a day making good posts to be consistent so that you're always visible to people. Now,
I appreciate him saying that because in Beachbody we hear all the time, oh, people are going to come to you, people are going to ask you what you're doing and want to sign up. But we know that's not likely to happen unless you have a really big Instagram following or you're at the very top of the company and you have a lot of notoriety and people know who you are. And so you have a built-in group of people to recruit from and who are going to reach out to you. So I do appreciate the honesty there that a lot of people think attraction marketing is the way to go, but there are other ways to recruit.
Here's the thing. If you go out there and start going like, hey guys, I'm really excited because I've partnered with company X, and you mentioned company you're with. Company X, it's amazing, their products are this, and this. You can get a portion of people, you can get a portion of the market, people who are like, ooh, I've heard about that, I should check it out. Or, ooh, what's that? I'll ask more questions. But it's gonna have like a lifespan. Because when people on your social media, they keep coming, people on your social media who are friends of yours already, they're like, oh yeah, I've heard that you're involved in that thing. Are you still involved in it? When are you going to get a real job? Isn't it one of those pyramid things? Right?
So he makes a good point while being funny as usual. But yeah, so there's going to be a small number of people who are interested in whatever you're talking about, who may not know what multi-level marketing is, who may think that your product looks interesting. And then there's going to be people who question it and who know that the company you're in is an MLM, might know a little bit about the structure, might have had a friend, family member who lost money in an MLM or who experienced other negative repercussions of it. And that's why this discussion is so prevalent and so important, because you don't want people to know that the company you're in is an MLM right away. And then, because if you know what your company is, they can go and Google it. And then majority of the time, if you type in an MLM company name, you are going to see content questioning whether or not it's a pyramid scheme and whether or not it's a legitimate business.
And then new people who you're attracting through your content are going to go down your feed, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 posts. 2 of them said, company X is the best, product Y is the best. And they're going to go, she's one of them. A very, very, very small percentage of those people might go, ooh, she's one of them. Oh, maybe I should check it out. I've really wanted to do this. However, the other end of the spectrum is that you're not mentioning it at all, anywhere, and people are going, I wonder what she does. Now, the real curious people, they'll reach out to you and say, like, hey, hey, I keep seeing some of your stuff. I really want to know what it is. I can't seem to find any information. Can you tell me? Great.
That's a way of MLM distributors controlling what information people have access to. Because if you know what the company name is, again, you can go do your own research on it, and chances are you're going to find some negative reviews and some negative information on it. Like if you type in Beachbody or Arbonne or Herbalife especially, you're going to find questionable information out there. But then if they want you to reach out to them in direct messages, and then they can control the narrative and control what kind of information you have access to. So that's one of the reasons that you're taught a lot of the time to not say what your company name is.
That's like, oh, that's someone who really wants to know. They could be curious or they could be serious. But there's another portion of people in that category who are too afraid to reach out. Because here's the thing, and I want you to pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. We live in a world full of lonely people waiting for other people to reach out to them. We live in this world, there's so many lonely people out there who are begging for other people to reach out to them. But because there's so many lonely people out there waiting for other people to reach out to them, no one's reaching out to other people. So the answer to the question, now that I've kind of, prefaced it or whatever you want to call it, set it up, is
again, in the Beachbody context, it's super interesting. In the Success Club tracker, they tell you to make posts of you using the products, but do not show any brand names. I wonder why they don't want you to know what the product is. For example, Energize. I've seen coaches say they just call it like their like mommy juice, their go-go juice, their no excuse juice. So very cringy names for it. And then people will reach out to them in the DMs because they're very curious about what they're using and say, what is this product? And then, oh, it's Energize. If you want some Energize, here's my link. You can go click on it and then you can get it. They do that because people can go straight to the Beachbody website and get this stuff, and then they're automatically assigned a coach, and coaches are taught that in order to get your commission, drum up lots of curiosity, so people will come to you. You control the narrative, and then they click your link.
Do your content. Your static content, which is basically images, photos, text only, quotes. Don't mention your company name, right? Don't be like, you can make money or you can make excuses, but you can't make both. Quoted by company X member. Like in your bio section, I advise against you putting affiliate for company X. If your company teaches you to do that, go ahead and do it. I just advise not to do it because it gives the game away straight away, because the About Me section is actually one of the first.
It gives the game away straight away because it makes it really easy for people to figure out what you're actually selling and what company you're with. We know that we know that if you come across an Instagram page, you'll often be able to tell that the person's with an MLM, but it's hard to tell which MLM it is. And if you've ever been approached online by one of these people, they'll say, oh, I run this amazing business from home where I sell these natural organic products and health supplements, and it's so amazing. And then you'll ask what the company name is, and they will not tell you. And this has happened to me before. Well, I'll ask, sounds interesting. What's the company? And they will not tell you. So that's super interesting.
There's things people pay attention to when they want to figure out what it is you do and what it is you're about. Now, with your video content, with your live video and your stories, that's where you can be a little bit more direct. And you can tell the company name, just don't make a massive deal of it, right? I mean, and again, if you're going to do it every single video, every single piece of content, you ain't going to win, right? But if you make it a theme, if you go, right, guys, it's Wednesday, it's like, we just have a theme in the team, go and do your post, go and do your story, your video story, or go and do your live video, go do your Instagram live, go do your, whatever it might be, right? And go and say like, hey, so I've been using this product for it's from a company by You don't even have to give the name of the company away, but you have to maybe give a little bit more direction in terms of like, hey, message me if you want to know how to boom, 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 boom.
It's so interesting. When you follow these people on Instagram, people will ask questions like, what is this product about? And the distributors will never tell you in the messages. They'll just say, I DM'd you, and then they'll control the narrative within the direct messages. I think this is also another pretty major red flag in MLM. If you just joined Beachbody and you're being taught that you can pose with your Shakeology or your Energize, but you have to have the label pointed away so people go, what's that? What's that pink stuff? What's that yellow stuff? And reach out to you instead. I feel like that would be a red flag, because I would wonder, why can't I say what company I'm working for? I don't know if I've ever been in a job where I'm told, don't tell people you work for our company. Of course, online, I'm not going to say that anyways, just for safety, because random people don't need to know where I work. But I've never been in that situation before. Have you? There's a lot of things that we hear in MLM training that all these people think it's just so normal and, oh yeah, that's reasonable. But then when you think about it a little bit deeper, why can't you share the company name? And then in the training we watched from him previously about why thinking is bad in MLM, On the surface, it seems fine. Don't overthink, or else you're going to be paralyzed and you're never going to do anything in life. That seems fine on the surface. And then you dig a little bit deeper and you start to understand why they're telling you not to think. Why would an MLM company tell you not to say what company you work for? It's because they operate as a legal product-based pyramid scheme, and they don't want potential recruits doing their own research and analyzing the available data and coming to an informed decision on their own. They want the distributors to be able to control the narrative and the information that people have access to.
Right? Because people don't care about the name of the company. They care what it does for them. Right? It's not what the company is or what the product is what the product does. So I hope this makes sense, because it's super important for you to get to know. So my action step for you would be static content, value, 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 then live video or micro video content in terms of stories. Go ahead and don't be afraid if you want to put it on your lips, or you want to drink it, or you want to put it around your face, or you want to shake it up, or whatever it might be, or you want to demo it as a service, whatever. Don't be afraid of the logos on there. Don't let it stop you from demoing or showing or whatever it might be. Right? You don't want to hide things so that people are like, what's he not telling me? What's she not telling me? But you don't want to give the whole game away that you're irrelevant. They can go into Google or YouTube, find the top leader, join them. Or go direct to the company, join them. Right? So I hope that helps. Good value, I hope.
I do appreciate the fact that he actually gave some tangible advice there and saying, in this kind of content, do it occasionally, this kind, don't do it. A lot of MLM distributors and coaches don't actually give actual tangible tips. So I do appreciate that. And I like how he said, don't make sure you say it occasionally, or else people are going to think you're being dishonest and you're hiding something, but also don't give the game away right away. Again, to me, that's a huge red flag, but I know that if people are recruited into these companies, chances are they're in a very vulnerable situation and they may be very desperate to make it work. Again, there's been a narrative going around amongst MLMers that when people say desperate, they automatically mean weak. Desperate people are not necessarily weak. It just means that they're in a situation that they need to change and they're looking for any kind of solution where they could bring themselves out of that situation in a sustainable manner and improve their lives and the lives of their children or their family or their other loved ones. So when you're in that kind of situation, I feel like it'd be hard to see the red flags, and you might not see those red flags until you have an outside opinion come in and give you their thoughts and their perspective on it, or if you happen to find videos on YouTube like Jessica Hickson or Savannah Marie who give really informed dialogue about the harms of multi-level marketing and back up everything they're saying with facts and statistics. And if you happen to come across those videos, I could imagine that that would make you question what you're hearing a little bit, and it would make the red flags become more apparent. So that's all I have for today. I really hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.